I'm JK, and I wanted to introduce to you today RocketFlag. RocketFlag is a side project of mine that's been going for about 4 or 5 months now, and it's got had a bit of life of its own, and it's turned into a bigger thing. And I have spent a long time building this and developing it in my spare time, and I'm ready to introduce it to the world. I actually launched it last month, December 2024, and we're now in January. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about it to give you an overview about the product, what it is, and how feature flags can help with your development and software development lifecycle. So, stepping back a little bit, feature flags are tools that you can use to enable or disable features of your application or code after it's been deployed or after it's been released to production. Traditionally, feature flags were a tool that would just turn things on or off for everyone. But over time, they've sort of, they've increased in their popularity, and the amount of features that feature flags do is now a lot more than what it used to be, which is just a simple on-off. Some examples might be that you want to turn it on a feature for just 1 or 2% of your users just to test something out and see if there's any errors generated or something like that. Another opportunity that you want to use feature flags for might be to just release code to one person or two people or a team. So for example, let's say you've got a product manager or a software engineering lead or something like that, and there's a bunch of developers developing features and code and shipping that out, and you just want to enable it just for 1 or 2 people. You can do that. Other things like A/B testing. So if you're wanting to test which part of a shop might work more effectively than another, you might want to enable some features for half your users and a different set of features for a different half set of users. So you can test your marketing strategies and see which way of presenting some items in a shop ends up getting more checkouts, that sort of thing. So feature flags are a really useful tool to help with the life cycle of software, and they also help with releasing code when it's ready for everyone, not just the engineers. So anyone that's worked in a product team before will know that there's a product manager, there's probably a software development team lead, there might be a marketing department, there might be a support team. There's lots of other players in the game apart from just the engineers building the code. And so quite often there'll be some code that's ready to go and it was ready to be shipped, but then marketing team might not be ready with their campaigns, or the support team may not have had the documentation written correctly for how it might be used. There might be some specific launch date that's planned. And so feature flags allow you to continuously release code without getting in the way of other teams' needs. And you can turn them on or off after the code has been released. Another useful tool of feature flags is for things like environments which take a long time to get software shipped. For example, highly regulated environments like banks, or areas that take a long time to get a release out into production. Other examples might include the App Store, the Google Play Store, where there's a review process and your application needs to be reviewed by someone, and then it gets approved and released. But then if you realize that there's a mistake that's made or there's some bug that's causing an error, you want to turn that off. So these are sometimes called server-side changes or server-side updates. So feature flags allow you to do all those sorts of things. In short, it's about enabling code to run after it's already been released and easily turning it on or off for different cohorts or different sets of users. So with that, I want to introduce to you RocketFlag, which is a tool that I've been building over the past few months. And it's a feature flagging tool. And I built it because I found in the teams that I've worked in that the release process has often gotten bogged down by things like having to roll back code when the QA team wasn't happy with it. There'd be other people getting in the way. of your release because the QA team's testing something else, and you don't want to like step on other people's toes in case your code interacts with their code, and then the QA cycle breaks because they're not sure which person's code broke, and so they don't know what to roll back. And so there's a queue of people that form to merge to main if you're using trunk-based development, all kinds of scenarios. So that's where feature flags really come in. So I wanted to share with you the product that I've been building. So let's get into it.